Alright, so welcome back again. In the last lesson we looked at reverb, and in this lesson we're going to take a look at delay. So let's get into it. So what delay is going to do is it's going to repeat a note. So if you play a note once, it'll repeat it as many times as you want it to. On this model, there's a few basic controls, and it's pretty similar for other ones too, although this one might be slightly different because there's this mod section. But first off is the time, and that's the time in between the notes that is going to repeat itself. So right here, every 244 milliseconds, your note will repeat itself. The feedback is the amount of repetitions. So if you only want it to repeat like once, it'll only repeat once. If you want it to repeat an infinite amount of times, it will literally go on forever. The speed is really your frequency, and you'll see that when we go over to the actual pedal itself. The depth is kind of the pitch of it, and again, the mix is the overall amount of the effect. So let's go over to the delay pedal and take a look at all these controls. Alright, so here's our delay pedal. I have everything turned off right now, so here is an example of how it sounds dry. Obviously nothing's repeating, nothing's happening. If we turn up our mix a little bit, it will repeat every 1,462 milliseconds, it looks like. Let's see if it happens. Yep. So that second note, I didn't actually play that. It played it on its own. So if we shorten this time a little bit, we should get a quicker response. This effect is used on Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. That intro riff has a bunch of delay on it, and it's really cool. So let's move on to the feedback, and that's going to give us the number of repetitions. So right now, here it is at 0. So it's basically just 1, but if we turn it up, it continuously goes, and if we crank it all the way up, it almost goes on forever. It won't stop. So let's turn that down. And we'll set it to about here for now. That's pretty good. So if we take a look at our mod section here, let's turn up the mix just a little bit before we do that. There's actually quite a big delay. It's actually basically not even playing my first note. Let's just go ahead and crank up the speed and see what happens. And then here's what happens when we add the depth into it. The depth kind of adds a little bit of a pitch to the actual repeated delays. Here, let's turn the feedback up so we can kind of hear this. And speed up. And depth up. So that's basically what a delay does. It just essentially just repeats the notes that you just hit. Again, you can use it on a clean tone or a distorted tone. I love using delay. I use it as kind of a thickening agent to bring a tone that's doesn't have as much life in it. It gives it a little bit more life when you play around with some delay. Alright, so that was delay. We're moving right along here. Hit subscribe. In the next lesson, we're going to take a look at chorus.